Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of you moms and grandmas. We do realize this will be a few days late, but it's Mother's Day
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
So Jeremy asked me what I wanted for Mother's Day this year, and
Spa package, fancy meals, lavish vacations.
He knows me so well. No, I want to move out of the trailer. So we are going to be starting on our tiny home build. For those of you that are new to our channel, the tiny home inside the pole barn is not going to be our permanent residence. We are going to use it to live in with our 4 kids while we build our house.
So it's just going to be the end portion of our pole barn, and that's going to be 40 feet long, 16 feet wide. We have a number of windows that are actually pre-installed. They're already sitting there. With those being roughly installed, however, they never got things set up to bear any kind of a load. We're going to have a loft space overhead to store all of our hay from our pasture. So we're going to have to get creative and come up with some solutions to make sure that we shore things up there and just make it work.
Yeah, so the reason that we're building the tiny home inside the pole barn is because we wanted a more comfortable place to live, especially in the winter time. Right. Times are a little uncertain right now. That way we can do wood burning heat, and we know that that's going to be reliable no matter what.
A little more warm, a little more comfortable, a little more space.
Yeah, and we also have 4 kids, so to be able to have a extra living space, whether it be transitional housing for our kids, it's just nice to have that there. All of our family is from out of town, like we mentioned before, so to have that living space is really nice for us.
Okay, so goal for the day is to get all 3 of the exterior walls completely framed out. That way we can once again do our happy dance. It's been a while since we've done one of those, incorporated one of those into a video, so let's make it happen. You ready?
I'm already happy dancing.
Pump the brakes.
All right.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Pump the brakes.
All right.
Are you ready to work?
I'm ready to get you all greased up for Mother's Day, because if I'm working on Mother's Day, you got to be looking good, Daddy.
Not a piece of meat, Melissa. Not a piece of meat.
You're my piece of meat.
So we're working in a section now that has this big window that was roughly framed in by the guys who built our pole barn. And kind of like we mentioned before, these jack studs on either end of the window have 0 support beneath them. So what we're going to end up having to do is building up a header overhead. We're also going to add a second seal piece of lumber here just to offer this thing some support. And then we'll stud it out beneath that with a series of cripples, and that should shore things up and ensure that we're able to stack stuff overhead in our loft. For these sections of wall, we're having to do a bunch of additional support to make sure that our window is properly framed in. We're just laying out our pieces ahead of time on the floor, so we got our top and bottom plate. Any area that allows for a full stud to be put in place, we're also laying that out and getting that nailed in. Once we have that, we'll actually stand the wall up, get it set around the window itself, and then we'll kind of fill in the gaps from there. Okay, we're building a wall, right? So we're gonna basically do what we did right here. You see how there is a bottom piece and a top piece that holds all these upright studs together? It's called a bottom plate and a top plate. So here I took some measurements. We got a rough measurement of what we need for our bottom plate and our top plate. The job of the bottom and top is to do what? Hold all the studs together, right? So when you're building a wall, you want to either build it on 16-inch centers, meaning that each one of these boards is 16 inches apart in the middle. The center of each board is 16 inches apart from each other. Does that make sense? So if you look at a tape measure, see how when you go every 16 inches, that's in red with arrows. So like 16 inches, 32 inches, you see how they're red with the arrows? That's so that you can run it along your top and bottom plate and make marks. So you know, hey, a stud's going here, a stud's going here. You see how I made those marks? There's two parts to making this thing work. I'm gonna show you how to do it first, and I'll give it to you and let you try, okay? So the first part is, you see this point on here? See how it's spring loaded and moves back and forth? When you get everything set up, you wanna make sure that you're compressing this like that. So first board, see how everything's lined up? I'm gonna do 3 nails, 1, 2, 3, we're gonna make sure everything's aligned, right? So I got everything set up there. I'm gonna push in, see how that compresses the spring? On the tip, move it a little bit to your left. The whole thing. Okay, push it and one more. Set it flatter. Look, set the whole thing flatter. You're hitting it at an angle. You want to make sure that you're driving the nail straight into the board, not into the floor. Okay. Good job. Glasses on. So make sure everything's lined up. See how the center of our little mark is at the center of the lumber. Okay. Okay. A little lower. Go ahead. One more.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more.
Melissa, we got it done. You know what that means?
Happy dance time.
It's happy dance time. All right, guys, there you go. That's another video in the books, another project in the books, at least for the day. We accomplished our goal of getting 3 of the 4 exterior walls up and framed on our pole barn living space. So looking forward to wrapping up wall number 4 to give us a real sense of what this living quarter is going to feel like.
Yeah, I'm really anxious to get into this living quarters, so we've got a lot more work to do, but for now we are pretty tired and it's really late, so we're gonna go get some rest. We appreciate you guys following along. We'll see you next time.